Good morning, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel and welcome to another day of triathlon training, except I'm taking it easy today. I'm still feeling a bit fatigued, I can't believe I'm saying it, from that run session Thursday night. My calves are absolutely killing and I was about ready for a rest week anyway, so lower volume week this week. So today is pretty much an easy day of training. I'm going out on the TT bike. I haven't actually ever ridden this bike, so if those that haven't seen it, it's my Felt IA, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to cover the spec in a separate video because I would like to go on for quite a long time about it. I know I do that on these daily vlogs anyway, but I'd like to focus specifically on like the custom spec bits I've done on this bike. But I had my first TT of the year this Tuesday night. It's only 5 miles, but I need to make sure the bike works right and make sure that I can actually ride it. So that's what I'm going to do. Heading out for a little spin. I had to drive out some flat roads because, of course, the gearing is not suitable for me getting up any sort of hill. I should be excited about this, but I'm not. I worry that stuff's going to fall to bits, stuff isn't going to work. The thing is about building bikes, nothing ever, or for me, nothing really seems to go to plan. So there's a couple of things on here that I'm not happy about. The shifting I've not managed to get fully 100% happy with on the turbo. The rear brake I've not managed to get fully happy with. It's catching ever so slightly, but then on the other side it's a million miles off and it's direct mounts. I can't really change much. Anyway, some of these things I'm going to fettle with, but what this essentially involves is me going out for a ride with, you know, plenty of tools in my pocket and anticipating that I'm gonna have to stop and fiddle quite a bit. Matt, my clubmate, is doing the same thing because he's doing the same TT on Tuesday, but his bike works a lot better, so I was really hesitant to go out with him. I wanted to ride with him, but I can just see this ride being stop-start, and it's more pressure, isn't it, and more stress if somebody else is with you and you're just holding them up. So I'm gonna go for a spin. I'm hoping I'm not gonna get a puncture because I ain't got any spares and I can't change the rear one on the road anyway because I can't get a pump in the disc wheel. So yeah, fingers crossed that doesn't happen because Liz is out on a bike ride. So anyway, let's get on the road. Also, here's a quick tip for you. When you put a TT helmet on, you should look like an absolute dork, which I might do anyway. But what I mean is, depending on your position, it should be angled up like this. So like now, I can actually see under the visor because when you're riding and you're looking at the road, you've got a much better field of vision. Do you get that? It's like breaststroke. There you go, little free tip. Honestly, I'm going to throw this thing in a hedge. Just can't, the gears are just skipping and skipping. So I know how to index gears, I've done it. When there's no pressure on the pedals, it works fine. But when I'm in gear, actually pedaling, maybe 2 or 3 times per revolution, just skip, skip, skip. And I've been holding the function button on the blip box, you know, trimming it until it gets to the next gear, or trimming it so there's no noise, and just can't get it working right. So I'm going to do what any self-respecting cyclist should do, and what I probably should have done from the start. I'm going to take it to a shop and say, excuse me, can you please fix this? Thank you. And see if that helps. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm back home now. The bike shop I was going to take my bike to isn't open today or tomorrow, so it's looking like that the midweek TT might be a road bike effort, which could be good because I've never done the course before, but I want to get out the TT bike, man. Anyway, I feel like this week I've let life get on top of me a little bit. You know, had a lot on at work, had a lot on at home, I got stuff everywhere, I got bikes in bits, trying to organise to go to races, all those sorts of things. I think I've let it get on top of me and therefore haven't been as organised as I should. And that's why my training sort of slipped. And then with that, my mindset has slipped. For example, Rob, one of our friends and ex-training partners when he lived near me, messaged me about a couple of hours ago saying, do I fancy going to Recce, the Ironman Wales course? I've just read my response back. Completely not the right sort of, not in the spirit of what I should be saying. I basically said, there's no way that's going to happen. I'm not in shape to do it anyway. I'm not bothering, my head's gone or something like that. So I'll go back to him in a second and apologise for that. But basically, I need to sort out home life first, you know, all those little things first, then to be able to focus on training. But let's look at this week's training and that'll hopefully build you a bigger picture. So I started this week feeling quite tired. I had my biggest ever training week last week, biggest this year training week, and then this week is the smallest this year, so you could have written it, couldn't you? So Monday morning, just a steady 5 and a bit miles run. I thought I'd take it a bit of an easier day. Tuesday, of course, my back was still hurting a bit, so I went to the physio in the evening. That was a lot better then. Wednesday, did the club ride in the evening. Real solid VO2 max, hilly, hard bike session. That was good. Thursday, hill intervals with James and Liam. Those have absolutely done me in. I cannot believe how much pain my glutes and my calves are giving me. I'm not joking, I can still feel my calves today. That hurt me for Friday. I did 27 minutes really steady jog, and I shouldn't have done that really, I should have just rested. But yeah, it wasn't ideal. Then went on the chain gang Friday night, real good hard ride again. Then rested Saturday. If you've seen yesterday's video, you've seen the mess of a day that our attempt at doing a duathlon was, but we'll revisit that event another day. And then, yeah, with the, I did 3 hours of driving. Like, my head wasn't in the game to do any more, do any training that day after you're cold and wet and everything else. Liz got out on the bike though. And then today, of course, I plan to go out on the TT bike. That hasn't happened, so I missed the club ride as well. And now it's like 1 o'clock and I can't bring myself to do any more training. So I'm going to use the day productively, getting on top of all the stuff. But training-wise, 5 hours and 55 minutes of training. Training stress score of 429, so it's 3.5 hours on the bike and 2 hours of running. And I think, you know what, looking at those numbers, I'm not actually like too gutted about that. Like the riding that I have done is 2 rides in a week, but they were hard, so I doubt I've lost any fitness with that really. The runs I've done was 2 steady runs and 1 interval session. Do you know what? I don't think that's the end of the world. I think I've dropped obviously about 10 hours off my training volume, but I'm reasonably happy with that. Perhaps I'll tack the week tomorrow with a bit more fresh focus. And of course, pools are open as well, so I've got some swimming booked. So put this one behind us, chalk it up to experience, going to get a bit more organised, and then hit the fresh week going. Has anybody else had any sort of issues? Do you struggle with getting on top of life as well as getting on top of training? I think, as age groupers, we have to prioritise other areas of life, don't we? Like, I can't say to Liz, I'm not going to spend any time with you at all because I'm training, or I'm not going to work because I'm training. Like, all those things need to happen. So, be interested to hear how you guys sort of manage those sorts of things and, what sort of weekly training volumes you manage, I suppose. Because I think I sit around 10 to 12 hours and that's probably sustainable and the most I can really do physically and in life-wise. But anyway, rambling. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. At the time of recording, I'm so close to 3,000 subscribers. So I know I say it's like every single day, but please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And that is it. So I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. for hopefully the kickstart of a new training week, new training block, new mental focus. Oosa. Latest.